Hello children, welcome to the SST class of 3rd standard. Today I am going to start chapter 4, India Political Divisions. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about our country India, types of government in India, states and union territories of India. The objective of this topic is to make the students aware about political divisions of India and the types of government that work for the welfare of the citizens of India. Before reading, let's discuss the key words related to the chapter. Number 1. Population. People living in a place. Number 2. Government. A group of people responsible for governing a country. Number 3. State government. An elected government to govern a state. Number 4. Central government. An elected government to govern the whole country. Number 5. Union territory. A small area governed by the central government. Number 6. Welfare. Well-being of a person. Now children, it's a reading time. So open your book at chapter 4, India Political Divisions. India is the 7th largest country in the world. Just like how our parents give us with what we need, the government of a country provides its people with all the needs to live a comfortable life. The government frames rules and laws to run the country. Frames means forms. Children, do you know, just as your parents look after your needs at home, the government looks after needs, welfare and safety of the people of a country. The government frames laws and rules to run the country. It is the government which decides where to build schools, roads, hospitals, parks, stadiums, stations and airports. There are two types of government in our country, the central government and the state government. Both the governments work for the welfare of the people of India. Children, India is a very big country. A very large number of people live in it. Most of them live and work in villages. Someone has to look after such a large number of people. To do this work, the people of India elect a government. There are two types of government, central government and the state government. Let's read about them. Central government looks after the needs and safety of the people of India. The central government is located in New Delhi, the capital city of India. The President, the Vice President, the Prime Minister and other ministers from the central government live in New Delhi. Children, central government means an elected government to govern the whole country. This government works from New Delhi, the capital of the country. So it is called the central government. The main offices of the central government are in Delhi only. The President, the Prime Minister and all the ministers of the central government live and work in New Delhi. Since India is a large country, it is difficult for one central government to look after the welfare of the whole country. Therefore, India has been divided into smaller areas called states. Children, the central government looks after the interest of the country. It runs the country from the capital city of New Delhi. But it is difficult to run such a big country like India from one place. So the country has been divided into smaller parts called the states and the union territories. State. Each state has a government of its own to look after the welfare of the people of that state. Each state has a capital city. Each state government has a governor, chief minister, and other ministers. Children, state government means an elected government to govern a state. There are 28 states in our country. Each state has its own state capital. The main offices of the state governments are in the state capitals. The governors, the chief ministers, and all the other ministers of the state live in the state capitals. The central and the state governments work together to run the country. Some very small areas are not included in any states. These areas are run directly by the central government. Such parts of India are called the Union Territories of India. There are 9 Union Territories in all in the country. Children, see the map of India which shows all the states and union territories of the country. The capital cities of each state and union territory have also been marked on it. Such a map is called the political map of India. Children, I hope that today's topic is clear to you. I will discuss the political divisions of India in next class. Till then, your homework is to read the topic again, revise the terms, and do related back exercises. Thank you.